Good morning. Actually, no. Good afternoon. So this morning I woke up with a text message from my little brother saying, hey, the 26s that are at the shop, can we please put those on my third gen? And I was like, you want a 26 by 16 on a 2-inch spacer with a 38 1550 tire on about a 7-inch lift? I said, yeah, sure, let's do it. So right now we are currently headed to the shop. We're going to pull this truck in, go ahead and get the wheel and tires off of this one, get the 26s on it, and this truck should probably not have that big of wheel and tires on it, being that it is not on that big of a lift. And I think that he's definitely going to eat these front fenders off this truck, which would be very unfortunate because we actually just replaced these front fenders and the bumper. And yeah, so as long as it doesn't rub, he'll be good, but there's no chance that it's not going to rub. He's gonna snap this drive shaft out of this thing, kind of like I did to my truck. Okay, so right here we have 26 by 16 inch KG1 forge, 8 by 6.5, 38 1550 R26 Fury tire on them, and that is a 2414 with a 35 1350 amp train attack. And for size comparison, you guys can kind of see, that is a very noticeably bigger difference than what he has on the truck now. It should sit up about 3 more inches, I would say, and hopefully this thing turns. You might have to take off your spacers, actually. Yeah, take the spacers off too. Actually, that's not a good idea. Leave the spacers on so then it's a lot wider than it is now. Out with the old and with the new. I'm not gonna want to take these back off. I'm not. Oh my God. That thing is about to sit so gangster. Jeez, that thing is literally ignorant. Now time to change out passenger side one and then the rear tires, and then take this thing out on a drive, see how it rides. I just noticed though he does need ball joints, so that will definitely be getting replaced here after we get back to the shop. And yeah, this should change the whole look of the truck. It sucks right now because the truck is dirty, but maybe we'll go take this thing, get it washed, only if it doesn't freeze, because it's 23 degrees outside right now, and as soon as we wash it, it needs to come right into the shop, or it'll be one solid chunk of ice. This thing is so wide now. That's crazy that a 1550 makes that much difference versus a 1350. Which gets me thinking, while they're doing that, I might as well talk to you guys really quick about my mega cab, because as you guys can see, it is no longer a rolling truck. I went ahead and bought new wheel liners as well. They got the frame all cleaned up. That is painted, looks very good. The axle is chilling underneath it right now, upside down. That's unfortunate. Back here, they cleaned up the frame as well, and leaf springs are painted. I actually just bought 3,500 leaf springs with overloads on them, so those will be coming off eventually. But when I get my new ones, I'll probably powder coat those, and I can swap them all out same day. I'll have to build a bracket onto my frame somewhere. That way, the overloads can hit it, because this is a factory 2,500 frame. And I am converting it to a 3,500 frame. I already did the axle and the bed. So once we get the dually leaf springs out here, it'll be able to handle the weight a lot more. But we are still waiting on our stuff to come back from powder coat for this truck. We have all the parts right here laying around for it. Coilovers, heim joints, the steering stabilizers. My front external shocks are chilling right there. The polish overlay is there as well. And I cannot wait to get this truck done, because now that I see the 1550 and the 38, that is like a massive tire from right here where I'm standing. And this has a 40 1550 22 from Venom Tires. And I cannot wait to get this truck all back complete and see it driving again, especially on a 40, because that truck's only been on a 35 or a 37. Yeah, that thing is a lot wider now than it was before. That's crazy. Get that wheel bolted on, and then we'll go ahead and back this truck out of the shop, and it kind of needs a bath. It's gonna turn, right?
We're about to find out.
We're about to find out. Turn to the left. That's locked. It has literally a quarter of an inch. Whatever you do, just don't turn lock to lock when you're hitting a bump. It clears though. That is crazy. Look how wide that thing is. Oh my goodness. There's literally like a quarter of an inch. Half an inch of clearance. So as long as you don't hit a bump while you're turning, it'll clear. Okay, so obviously the truck on 26 by 16s looks insane, but these wheels cannot stay on it forever because they are for the silver truck. And my brother said he loved how wide it was with the spacers and the 26 by 16. So he went ahead and ordered himself some 3-inch spacers instead of 2-inch spacers. And now his 2-inch spacers are going on my mega cab because those tires are insanely wide, which you guys haven't seen, and that will be up inside one of the upcoming videos. But for now, we're going to bolt on a 3-inch spacer to his axle, which probably isn't the smartest idea, but he is like 12 years old and wants the truck to be absolutely stupidly wide, and he will be able to have this. Now, a 26 by 16 on a 3-inch spacer, literally the whole entire tire would stick past the body. We're not doing that. We are putting the 24 by 14s back on this truck, which are sitting over there on the wall. So what I'm going to do really quick is get these spacers tightened up on the truck, torque them down, and see how long it takes for the wheel to fall off or him to break a stud. Jeez, that whole entire tire almost sticks out past the body completely. But we got the passenger side rear on the truck, and that thing is literally as wide as the front. The front has no spacer on it. So just imagine the 2616 on it on a 2-inch spacer. That's not happening. So really quick, we're gonna throw the other 3 on the truck, and then we will really be able to see how wide the truck is with all the spacers on it. And Ethan, when you tow the gooseneck, please just take the spacers off of it. No. He will be. If he's towing my trailer, at least he'll be taking the spacers off the truck. All 3 wheel spacers are on. This thing is literally like 12 inches past the side of the truck. Come up here. The front looks ignorantly wide as well. And he can say rest in peace to all of his ball joints and hubs and everything else that goes along with it. Steering components, but it does look pretty good if you guys ask me. It's like a lot wider than it was. And definitely it makes a big difference using a 3-inch spacer versus the 2-inch spacer that was on the truck before. So now that this is done, the wheels are back off of it. You guys have probably been seeing this on the background and wondering what is going on with it. Well, this is the state it's in. I was gonna wait till next video to show you guys what we are doing with it. What I did was I went ahead and ordered a set of coilovers for it. I designed a whole entire lift kit for it. And no, I did not go the height I usually go, like stupidly big. I made it to where it sits how it did on a 38, but on a 40. So it's only going up like 4 inches bigger. And it won't even be this high at ride height. It'll be lower than this. But we went ahead, unfortunately had to go into the powder coated axle and get all of these stock brackets off of the front axle. Don't mind that. I just used this stupid rod I have for mock-up. And then we are going to convert the drag link on it to a 1.25" heim joint versus the 7/8 heim joints that are on it. And yeah, it was not fun cutting into that axle nor getting it smooth, but we got it done. And this thing should be pretty sweet when it's done as well. I did a 4-link front on it, so it's not just like one bar like my Mega Cab has down. This actually has a true 4-link from the front axle to the cradle, and then the rear will be a traction bar from the frame to the axle. We designed a new block for it. We have to get all those parts cut at the laser shop. And then once that's done, we will weld them all up, slap the lift on it. I am going to retain the factory sway bar on the rear axle. I will build a bracket that holds the heim joint right there. We probably will need new rear shocks because those are going to be a little bit too short for what we're doing with this truck. Like I was saying, we want it to sit exactly how it was on the old lift, but with the new lift just about 4 inches higher. And then once all that stuff comes back from the laser shop, like I said, we'll throw it all on, drive it, get everything aligned, make sure it's perfect, bring it back into the shop, take it all back apart, send off the powder coat. Once that's done, we will bring everything back to the shop, reassemble it, and yeah, so this thing's gonna need like 3 assemblies and reassemblies until it's done. And then once it's complete, throw it on the 40, and it should look pretty gangster if you guys ask me. What? What are you working on?
Drive shaft.
So, if you guys remember, this truck right here, I owned it for a very short period of time. I love this truck, personally. It does have second-gen problems, but I sold it to a buddy. He's taking very good care of it. It's just, you know, sometimes his natural instincts get to him, and his foot just gets like heavier and heavier. You have a heavy foot. Okay. Then explain to what is going on with your truck. Nothing, he says. So Colin likes to party and decided that he was going to blow the tires off in 4-wheel drive, do 4-wheel drive burnouts, and annihilate his motor, his transmission, his axles, his tires, his wheel liners, because now there's rubber inside of there, and now he's paying the price. So he is fixing this truck up to 100% perfect again, and then one of you guys could buy it. It isn't going to go for sale, but first he wants to fix all the second-gen problems with it. And I think number one, you should start off with fixing your bumper gap. Yeah. Right there. And then after that, we wire up all the cab lights. We change the fog lights, put 30s and 42s on it. And then when that's complete, I'll probably end up buying it back. What do you guys think? Actually, the more I look at it, should I just buy this truck back? I'll let them decide. I offered him like $2,000. He keeps telling me no. I told him personally, I think it's worth $2,000. I think I sold it to him for like $12,000 or $11,000 or $15,000. I don't know what I sold this truck for. See, now I'm getting a vision in my head. If I paint it blue, make it a dually, and change the wheels and tires, it can be a matching truck to what mine was before I wrecked it. Anyways, we have a lot of stuff going on to the shop today between this truck, and my brother's. My brother has this bright idea, which actually is turning out very good, to build a custom center console for the truck. And if you guys didn't know, 3rd gens don't come with full center consoles. I believe the Sterling models do. I could be wrong though. And he now took this whole dash apart, took everything apart. He went out and bought 4th gen cup holders for it, like out of a truck like my 4th gen. And then he wired up that bottom one right there to the CarPlay. So when he plugs in that charger right there, CarPlay works. He has his switch panel right here for all of his lights. He has his light bar inside of his front bumper. And then, I don't know what that's for. Oh, stars. Star lights, light bar, and rock lights. But while he gets done on this, I am going to get some other work done around here at the shop. So that is going to end today's video. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and also drop a comment on what you guys think about the red truck and if I should get that back into my ownership, because it's been here for the last couple days and it's growing on me. And there's a slight chance I might need another 2nd gen. And I do have one 2nd gen out there, and then we also have a very big Mega Cab, in which you guys have not seen yet. That's the end of the video, and I will see you guys in the next one.